Hey guys, today I'm going to be unboxing the Dragon Momoko Master Grade Strike Noir. So first off, just want to say thank you again to my friend Bull for sending me this kit to check out and then to be able to just enjoy and share with you guys some of my thoughts. As I've said not too long ago that before I had previous experience with Dragon Momoko and I was not impressed, but I've heard from a lot of people that their more recent ventures, especially the Strike series, has been much better quality. I still just have I do take some moral issues with bootleg kits. I have some bootleg kits that I've bought in the past. I regret that, but it's just kind of a thing that, I have them, but whatever. I don't plan on buying any more. This one is kind of hard. It definitely is a bootleg by all intents and purposes. Though, of course, what they have done here is taken a little bit of creative liberty. I think the inner frame, as far as I know, is just totally copied from just the Master Grade Strike remastered kit from Bandai. I believe there are some parts that are probably changed, especially from the Master Grade Strike Noir from Bandai. I know it's definitely a different inner frame from that. But so there is some stuff that's just directly copied from Bandai. I believe a lot of the outer armor is also copied from a resin kit, if I know correctly. I've seen that online, and so I think maybe some of this stuff is totally new. I don't know what percent of this is actually totally new, designed by Dragon Momoko, but it is a very small percent. So, and just based on intellectual property, it is totally a bootleg. So this video is in no way meant to promote buying bootlegs. I'm not. None of my videos are ever to promote for you guys to either buy or not buy any kit. I'm just giving my opinion on them, so that's all this is going to be. I'm going to check this out, I'm going to build it, I'm going to review it for you guys, and all that is just to exist as my opinion on the kit, things that I think are good and bad, the overall quality, and that's all. If you guys want to buy it or not, it's totally up to you. It's a moral question that you may agree with or may not. So, do with that information what you will. So I think that's enough of a disclaimer here for this. 2 minutes of disclaimer is probably enough. So let's get into this kit. I just wanted to let you guys know where I stand on that, just to sort of preemptively give that information before I have to just deal with a lot of comments from people who are gonna come in and say, don't buy bootleg kits. Just photograph of the kit here, painted and with all the waterslide decals on it, which I know that this kit does come with. It is labeled as an MG, though of course it's not technically a Master Grade just because of the fact that it's not actually from Bandai. On the back, it's basically the same thing, but just a different pose. So just showing off some different weapons here on the front. It's using the rifles, the back, it's using the swords. I've heard from other reviews that this doesn't actually hold those swords very well, so it's one thing I'll take a look at in the review. Here on the side we're going to have some action shots here. There's the rifles. I really actually quite like those rifles. I think according to the actual canon, it doesn't actually use those. I'm not sure about that. I'm really not familiar with the Strike Noir too much. I like the design though. But I've just never really gotten too much into reading the actual wiki page about it or anything. This is another cool detail though as well. It has the wires that come out of the hands with this small little daggers there at the end. So that's a cool thing. That's definitely a cool pose there. On the sides of the box, there is that pose. Actually, it looks like they're just trying to feature some of these different photos that they've taken around on the side of the box. Let's go around to the bottom here. Sorry for adjusting the camera a bit. Front view, rear view. Just standing, it's going to be looking pretty good. A lot of nice detail on this kit for sure. The pulling and turning of the backpack parts, all of that, and yeah, do not put into mouth. Good advice. So let's open this up. So inside, we've just got this box with this protective covering here, then all of our runners inside. So we've got inner frame, which again, as I said, is all from the Bandai Strike Remastered kit as far as I know. There's some polycaps, some red parts. I gotta say right off the bat though, the detail is looking pretty sharp, so that's a good sign. There's still a matter of the fitting issues though, so we'll see how it all comes together. There's our pink effect parts, some more gray parts. It's a very gray kit overall. It's just different shades of gray with a few accents thrown in here and there. There's our hand covers, a bunch more inner frame, guns and stuff. Some black parts, some more gray. Yeah, I gotta say everything is looking pretty sharp. Here's our foil stickers and a bunch of water slides there. That's always good. And then our manual. So the manual just features a nice shot of the kit, painted and decaled the same kit that's featured on the front of and on the outside of the box. On the back is just a back view, so that's nice. On the outside of the box, we didn't really have a nice picture of the back of the kit. Here on the manual, though, we do have a nice picture of what the back is intended to look like. They've used silver for the inner frame. I don't really care for that. If or when I ever get around to painting this kit, I'll definitely not use silver for the inner frame, but it's just a personal thing. Here on the inside, I gotta say, this manual and just the box style, like this style box, is very reminiscent of Model Comprehend. So I almost wonder if Dragon Momoko at some point merged with Model Comprehend, because I know Model Comprehend's quality was definitely better, but they haven't really done anything much recently. So I wonder if that is the case, because just like the layout of this manual is very similar as well. So just got a bunch of really nice photos here. Second page, more photos showing off the weapons and some different poses and stuff. All photos of the actual kit, so not like drawings or CG renders, so that's pretty cool. Here, more information. We do have some information here in English, which is cool. I'm not sure how good that English is going to be. It's probably some broken English, and it's kind of cut off here by the picture, which is just kind of makes it pointless. But that's about these handguns, I think, weapons, or that's, yeah, about the rifle, something, I don't know, something related to the weapons. Not really interested in taking the time to read that personally, but then our parts list. We've got a bunch of stuff here, parts A, B, C, D, all the way to looks like to P. H kind of goes H, I, and then jumps to P, and then back to F and X and P. Kind of gets a little messy there at the end, but quite a lot of parts. The construction is going to start off with the body first. So kind of similar with Bandai kits, we just got images of like what the main part you're going to be working on, and then just goes through the steps for the body. Then the head is going to be pretty short there, just a few steps, then onto the arms. Arm unit, upper body together, then putting the waist unit, then the legs. Sorry I keep bumping the camera, guys. Leg units, left and right, putting the body together, opening the cockpit. Not sure if this is going to include a pilot figure. I know a lot of bootleg kits usually don't, so I don't know, we'll see. Then the weapons are 2 rifles and 2 handguns, short beam rifle. I don't know why they don't call it a beam handgun or something, beam pistol. Then onto the Noir striker unit, the Noir striker pack. So assembling that, then putting that onto the backpack. Then the weapons equipment, putting those on. The rocket anchor, that seems like a kind of odd name for that, but rocket anchor, sphere of activity, I guess that just means like range of movement basically. Demonstrating there for the backpack how the parts of the backpack can move. Then the Sky Grasper plus Strike Noir equipment. So if you have the Sky Grasper kit from Dragon Momoko, you can attach this together with the Striker, the Noir pack. Then modeling of hand units. So we've got a whole separate step for modeling all our different hand options. It looks like we do have quite a few with this kit, and then hand installation. It looks like we're gonna have 4 different hands. Closed fist, trigger finger, holding hands, and open hands. So that's good. Lots of hand options, always good. Then assemble. Here it looks like this is a base unit. I didn't see that in the parts though. I don't think that's actually included. Yeah, I don't see that in here, so kind of interesting that that's included in here. I think that it was included in a different one of their kits or something, so unless I somehow missed that, but that looks like a pretty big piece, so I doubt it. So that's kind of weird, don't know why that's included in here. Then a diagram of where all the water slides are going to be going, so all of that is here. And in the back we've got some more photos, so lots and lots of photos here. First few pages is all photos, last few pages is all photos, so plenty of photo references, which is nice, just to get you excited about some different poses. Good for references for different posing options, just trying to recreate some of these poses you can see here, which all do look pretty nice. So let's take a look at all of these runners. Alright, so first for our foil stickers, here you've just got a couple different options there for the eyes, looks like some different blue stickers there for some cameras, and a bunch of other stickers here that are going to be going around for just a little bit small little details, looks like mostly. My experience, foil stickers with non-Bandai kits don't usually work very well, so we'll see how well these work. The quality definitely looks less, but yeah, we'll see. And here is our water slide decals, quite a lot of them, and just to give you a look, they are mostly in red, white, and a black color, very dark gray, black. They look pretty nice. I mean, the detail all looks really nice and sharp on them. Not sure how well they're actually going to go onto the kit, but as long as they go on fine, they look like there should be some really nice decals, and quite a lot of them, so even if you're not going to use all of them, you will have some nice leftover ones. Obviously, there are a lot that actually say like Strike Noir on them that are not going to be very useful for other kits, but a lot of these just like generic markings and stuff you can definitely keep if you're not going to be using them all on this one, so that's pretty good. As for our polycaps, we've got kind of a lot of them here. We've got this big, large one, and then a smaller runner of polycaps. This is like polycap runner 1 and polycap runner 2 apparently. So these are just all molded in gray, and yeah, that's it. Then we have these wires. 2 of these nice long wires. These are probably about 30 centimeters long, I would say, roughly. So nice and long and seem pretty thick. Should be sturdy enough for holding that small little part at the end, just as long as the part fits on there fine. So there's our black wire. Then we have this set of articulated hands, so not sure how these are going to work. They're definitely a different style from the rest of the hands with the kit, so probably not going to really want to use these too much. I don't know if maybe you're going to have to, because these have peg holes in them and the other hands do not. So we'll see about that when it comes to the review, but yeah, there's those. Then for the rest of the hands, we have PJ002 is the runner marking for both of these runners. These look very much like the Bandai Builders Parts hands, although they are definitely different, but they look very similar to that. The details on them are really nice, so details here are all really crisp, which is good. You can see, so see here, the holding hands have like this peg style there, where these articulated hands have a different style system. So I don't know how the weapons with this kit work, so maybe like you have to use these hands, or maybe you have to use these. I'm not sure yet. I'll take a look at that in the review. First up is runner A. We have runner A, and then we also have runner A. It's not labeled as A2, they're just both labeled as runner A, but obviously it's just a copy of this middle section here. These are parts that, and we also have some more hands on here as well, so plenty of different hands we're going to have for this kit. These ones look like parts that are maybe specific for the Strike Noir, so don't know if these are maybe copied from the Bandai Master Grade Strike Noir kit, possibly. That's why this runner is separated like this, but I'm not sure anyway. The details here are still looking pretty sharp, so still looking pretty good. Then we have runner B1 in a sort of light bluish gray color here, parts basically just here for the pistols. You can see they are going to have the feature of this part moving back and forth for mounting that onto the side skirts. Then runner B2, just small little yellow runner here. These are just some accent colors that are going to be going on the backpack. Then we have runner B3 molded in black, so it's going to be a little bit hard for you guys to see. This one runner is where I'm definitely seeing a little bit of drop in quality. I can tell just the plastic quality is less in this case. I can tell just by the way the plastic looks. And if you guys can see this up close, you can see there just the finish of the plastic. You can tell it's just kind of a cheaper plastic, and the details don't look as sharp on this runner, so that's a little bit worrying, seeing as how this is what's actually going to be going on the outside, but again, don't know how much this is going to continue throughout the rest of the runners, so let's keep moving on. Runner C is back to gray just for some what look like kind of joint parts. I'm guessing this is maybe a lot of the parts that are going to be making up like the mechanical arm that connect the backpack onto the back of the mobile suit. That's what it looks like here from what I can tell. Runner D1 is back to that light grayish blue color. Looks like this is all of the parts for making one of the rifles, so we do have 2 of this D1 runner to make 2 of these rifles. Runner D2 is back to gray again, and these look like mostly parts for the backpack. Just some of the parts you can see, the sword handle there, as well as just a whole bunch of like mechanical joint parts and stuff like that. So we do have 2 of this D2 runner as well. Runner E is now into like our secondary color for the outer armor of the mobile suit, which is just this kind of like light gray color. So we have runner E, and then we have a second runner E, but the second E, which is just E2, I guess we'll call it, is just of this section here, minus these couple parts on this side for what looks like probably the waist, the V-fin, and the faceplate. Same color here for runner F, looks like mostly parts for the backpack, just kind of parts of the sword part and cannon parts of the backpack here on runner F. So we do have 2 of this F runner. Then aside from runner F, we do also have runner F1, strangely. This one is just some more parts for the backpack. This is actually meant to be a different color from the other parts of the backpack, but it's just molded in the same color, so you will definitely have to paint these parts if you want to have it matching the colors as you see in the manual. Back to black here for runner G, and just like the previous black runner that we saw, the plastic quality does look less on this runner, so it could just be just the black plastic that they use is just a kind of lesser quality one, unfortunately. So these black parts definitely look like you'll have to do some sanding on these quite a bit before you want to paint them, because just the surface of them just doesn't look like it's going to look very clean once you spray some paint on there. So definitely want to get some sanding sticks, some sandpaper, and probably going to need to put those to use if you're planning on painting this kit. We do also have a second runner G, so what would be G2, but it's just also labeled G again here, which is the center part of the G runner. Runner H1 is just a clear part here for the eyes. This is going to be connecting the eyes and the forehead camera of this here on H1. H2 is our clear pink effect parts for the swords. They're looking pretty nice. And then runner H3, back to some more black here for parts for the backpack and the torso. And then we do also have a copy of this runner minus the front and back parts of the torso on there. Runner I, a handful of more yellow, just small little accent parts, including the kind of secondary V-fin. Runner I2, just a couple of red parts that are going to be going onto the backpack. And runner I3, a few more red parts, which are going to be going around the waist, and just a few other just accent places. Now here, interestingly, we're going back to the inner frame for runner XA. Now I'm guessing these next few runners are XA, XB, and XC. What I'm guessing these are just the Strike Remastered inner frame here, because these are all inner frame parts. So I haven't built the Master Grade Remastered Strike Gundam, but from what I can see here, that's exactly what these are. So XA is our first runner of those, and we do have 2 of these. So this is going to be the doubled parts, probably for the arms, legs, and I can see maybe some other things in there as well, but that's all here in gray on the XA runner. And more of that still here in gray for runner XB. And here is inside the cockpit. So as you can see here, detail, again, looking pretty nice. It's just a matter of the fitting, so we'll have to see how that comes together during the build. But the detail all does look pretty good. Pretty sharp, and there's obviously a lot of detail there, but again, this is all just copied exactly from the Bandai kit. And then finally, runner XC, again, just more of our inner frame parts here, and that is all. So that is it for unboxing the Dragon Momoko Master Grade Strike Noir. Looks interesting. Like I said, I like the design of the Strike Noir. I think this is a good take on this. I definitely like the design of this one overall better than the original Bandai Master Grade kit. But it's just a matter of the quality, and again, some people may not be interested in buying bootleg kits. That's totally up to you. I'll snap it up, give you guys my thoughts on that in the review coming up next. So if you do have any other questions or comments, leave those down below, and I'll see you guys in the review. Bye bye.